Hello, my friends. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your divine inspirational message of the day. Okay, so starting straight off the bat here, we have our Happier Me affirmation cards I'm using. And the affirmation is, I am able to accomplish anything I set my mind upon. And then the little script that goes with it, if you will. What is it that you desire and you haven't succeeded at? Divide and conquer. Give yourself time and divide your plan into small pieces. After each victory, you will feel uplifted and ready to do more. I like this. I like this because we've all got things going on. And incidentally, this is a number 5 in angel numerology, which is really talking about change coming. It's already here, it's going on. It works a lot with the Tower card, the Hangman card, which is also awakening. It is a time to have courage, to be brave, to embrace new opportunities, to invite new opportunities, to be a visionary, to be constantly curious about what's going on and pull away from the stagnancy that keeps us behind the barrier of abundance, the barrier of truth, the barrier of great opulence. That's why an affirmation is so important. So you see how these work together. I think the universe is so incredibly powerful. They've got everything we could possibly want. When we kind of sit back and let all that happen, it works. So my isms for today is gratitude is the fuel of the universe, which actually came from yesterday. So that was sitting there. But we should start off with a grateful heart. I am generating and radiating the vibrational energy of joy, of abundance and love. Oh, yes, I am. I am strong, I am powerful, I am meant to have a magical life. There's many of us that at times we do not believe it. At times we fall on our sword of sadness. Pick it back up, people, and just do your work. Confidence is a wonderful and very attractive attribute. All right, we're using the 22 Archangel Oracles with artwork by Jennifer Hawkyard. This is a Kyle Gray brand new deck, and I absolutely love it. You could use it with other decks. I may do that. I may buy another deck to do that with, but I just like having this close-knit, intimate family of archangels that I can pull from. I pulled one this week that is Orion. Manifestation vortex. Think of Orion as being the incredible star archangel, the keeper of the stellar gateway, and he's telling us we must focus our energy with unwavering faith if we wish to manifest the outcome we want. And that is, you want an outcome of a joy, focus on it. You want the outcome of romantic love, focus on it. You want the outcome of unlimited resources, focus on it. You want new opportunities, focus on it. When you focus on it, you create a magnet, and then the energy goes up through the stellar vortex, and that amplifies. And then, Orion and all the others shift and shape to bring you what you need. Now let's get to our Power Angel Tarot cards, which represents our card of the day. These are by Radley Valentine. This deck, as I said to you yesterday, was really created for folks to give them a little more confidence. When Radley was coming up with the different suits, he chose 4 archangels, main archangels: Gabriel, Raphael, Michael, and Ariel. They represent, or I like to think of them as being guardians of each one of the traditional suits. Gabriel being the guardian of wands or fire, and Raphael being the guardian of cups, the emotions, water, Michael being the guardian of air or thoughts or swords, whichever you want to look at. And I am not reading that because I wasn't paying attention. All right, Gertrude, sorry. Ariel is the guardian of the pentacles or earth or material things, stuff that we know, education, health, money, finances, bank accounts. That's Ariel. All right. I am a bit clumsy with this shuffling. Gertrude says, yes, we can tell. All right, I know. Let's see, where are they today? Well, it's actually evening where they are, and they are sitting underneath a canopy of trees. The trees are bearing fruit. So Gertrude is pulling from the fruit tree, and she's saying that we should, count the blessings. Looking up at the tree, there's all sorts of fruit on it. And she's basically suggesting that if we're in the mode of lack, there's our card, we should be in the mode of abundance. That's where the change comes. That's why the change is coming. We should claim it. Beatrice is saying the seeds that we are planting, we just move on once we've planted them into something else. So we've got the King of Raphael. So this is warm, generous, honorable, refined. And of course, you know, in this deck, we see Raphael overseeing the king. Now, if I were to look at this card, it would remind me of a human version of, well, basically Neptune coming up out of the water. And basically saying, yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Now, there are lots who say, I don't know that I'm creative. I don't know that I can be creative. Well, at some point, every time you say something, every time that you read something, every time you learn something, every time you might teach something, you're being creative. Creativity that we're taught is mostly assigned to artists, musicians. Now, some of us have that ability. When I stepped into learning how to structure a haircut, or learning how to formulate hair color, or learning how to see and envision a shape on somebody before I actually created it, there was a time when I never thought I could do it. Never thought I was that creative. I would watch my father engineer furniture out of wood, or make a part that went in the engine because he couldn't find one, so he would fashion one out of metal, out of something. So that's really highly creative. So when it comes to trusting your creative ability to accomplish many things at once, we're going to have to learn how to do it. We're almost going to have to learn to think on our feet. And I say that with wisdom because things are moving very, very quickly. I was having a conversation with somebody this weekend about, here we are, it basically on the beginning of June, and in 6 months, which will be the beginning of November, folks will be getting ready in the western part of the world for the holidays. I mean, in the few days in 6 months, we will be watching children run around and do trick or treat. So the time to sit back and procrastinate, if you will, some of that is linked to a fear. And the other part that I think Orion is saying with this manifestation vortex, the idea that we get to control how these things manifest, or more importantly, we question how it manifests. That's the challenge. The challenge is going into this piece where you're strong, you're powerful, you're meant to have a magical life. Why aren't you feeling that way? Why aren't you thinking that way? Why are you not saying, as the affirmation card suggested, where is it? There it is. You are able to accomplish anything you set your mind upon. So my little bit here would be to tell you, whenever I have a doubt about overcoming a hurdle, or if I'm sitting myself in that ditch where, you know, I don't even know about this anymore. And trust me, the more mature we have in this particular life, let's see, the more times we revolve around the sun in a physical world, the more challenges it gets. I think I've used that term, when you level upwards, you get to a new level, and that new level, eventually you level up to another level. It's very seldom that folks level back down unless there is somewhere that something, some way, shape or form that it didn't line up right, or there wasn't enough information to get you there. But that's very seldom. Most folks, when they start off being aware that they've got these abilities, I don't know, could be somewhere around 5, 6, 7 years old, as early as that. Typically it might come in a little bit 7, 8 or 9 when we're working on, well, I know this, I know that, I can do this, I can do that. Listen to children in that age group. Some just go at it. Some just are that creative. And then we keep going on. We get to our teenage years and the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. Each time there's another level that we level up to. And each decade has a different set of circumstances that they're leveling up to. They still level up. And as there is this change, which we're in now, when we get to the point where we can look back at the times that we have leveled up without knowing what that level looks like, that's the energy of focusing on manifestation. It is deciding one day that you've got to get another car. But then there's a piece of, I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I want a car payment. I don't know if this, I don't know if that. So all that procrastination. Or I don't know if the bank will lend us money, blah, 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 blah. That is the fear. It gets in the way of leveling up. And I'm using the car purchase as an example. We have different relationships. We have different people that come into our life. They're like the folks who help the chapter along of the story. And being that this is a number 5 day, a number 5 day of change, of courage, of opportunities, when we talk about releasing the stagnancies, we can also talk about releasing all of the Debbie Downers and the, the Don Doubts, the ones who are stuck where they are stuck. And of course, some of us want to help them out. We want to move them forward. Let's help you. Let's go do. Can't do it for them. I'm guilty of that. And I've learned that time and time and time and time again. I want you to have what I have. Well, that's not possible. I could show you and teach you and make that happen. I just can't do it for you. But I've tried. And what that's ended up doing is causing me to sail where the boat's pulling on water. Or it's sinking because they've got the weight of somebody else's burdens. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. So generate and radiate the vibration of joy. Generate and radiate the vibration of abundance. Generate and radiate the vibration of love. And you'll find that is enough bubbles, enough fun, enough, I don't know, giddy up girl, let's go. Enough of that energy to lift it. That's where the vortex, you get to put stuff in. Because when you're feeling all of that effervescence, when you're feeling that froth of fun, that froth of, I got it, I can do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. There's another little thing before I let you go, because Beatrice just reminded me. Really, at the beginning of the year, I learned this thing from an astrologer. She did this, I think it was like a prayer of affirmation or prayer of transformation. And she says, fiery furnace of my soul, crush my fears and make me whole. Show me where to shine my light in the darkness of the night. Clear the way so I can see. There is nothing stopping me. I'm free. I'm brave. I'm out of a cave, shining my light so bright, so bright, so bright. And you just keep repeating it. It is empowering. We can only empower ourselves. However, we draw that power from source energy. I'm sure you followed Esther Hicks and many others who talk about manifestation. They talk about we're a toaster and source energy is the electricity. You have to plug in the toaster to get it to work. You have to plug in to that vortex. Plug into source energy. Plug into the desire that I want some toast. I want to make toast. I want to make my life. I want to make something happen. I want to manifest the next level, the next thing. You plug in the toaster. And then boom, the electricity's here. You know, I also use that analogy. Well, you go into somebody's bathroom that you've never been to before, and it's dark. You open the door. You don't know where the light switch is, but typically the light switch is somewhere around that door frame. Somewhere. And you find it. If you don't know, no one said to you, they tell you where the bathroom is down there on the left. Oh, and the light switch is such and such. Unless that light switch is somewhere that you don't know it is. So I'm just using these as we don't have to know how. We don't have to know the nuts and bolts of, well, where, what, when, where, how, why, or, because that stops it. We just have to know that it's going to happen. It's possible. I got the opportunity. The other part to that part is there are some people you share your manifestations with and you share your goals, your dreams, your wishes with. But I would say more often than not, write them down. Put them in a bullet point. Decide to start planning it. And then if you're in a focus group or you're in a manifestation group, and if you're not, you should get with one, a spiritual group. You may be leading a spiritual group. You can find information from your students just as you are imparting information on them. All right, my friends. Thank you, Gertrude. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, all of you, for coming every day, liking, subscribing, and doing what you do. I love you, and until tomorrow, be well, be blessed, and be abundant. Bye. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information, and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.